Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
All right, green and happiness all over the place. So we got something like 25% growth from 3,500 to this $4,300, and quite positive. Apparently the triangle which we drew yesterday is invalid, and this is the way basically how the classical traditional TA got sort of used to trick the traders. So we expected this to happen, but we didn't know when it will happen. Well, it's just the probability that this might work, and this didn't. On the other hand, there was another triangle which wasn't that strong and obvious, I would say, and although it was like 50-50 bullish or bearish because of this rise, you may think of the triangle being like actually like this, and then it is actually probably more bullish triangle, or like this, and this is a bearish triangle. But anyway, it got broken upwards. Eventually we have some like positive movement, rather strong momentum, and still we are heading quite on toward upwards. Some people may see an indication of the double bottom right here. So here is the first bottom, here's the second bottom. If so, then from the bottom to the to this top is something like more than $600. Then probably the rise according to this pattern will be to $4,700, something like this. And indeed this would be the strong level, or this like a strong area, I would say, of the resistance. And if we will touch it, probably we will have a bounce after that. So something like, let me actually draw it roughly how it will look like, something like this and like this, maybe. Well, who knows, but apparently this is the rather important level to look at. Again, it is rather the probable scenario, but not the certain scenario. And also we have a lot of the altcoins moving upwards, which is a very nice signal in my opinion, and a lot of them went up to something like 50% or so. And even if you look at the rise of Verge, 50%, 24 hours, if you look at the other growth from the other days from the bottom, it may be even higher than that. So is there any particular reason for this to happen? So any kind of news or something? Yes, there is some news, but as one of those TA analysts, which I appreciate and which I often watch, Alessio Rostani said that there is information for masses, information for the classes. So the information for the masses is what we see, but still, let's look at this info. There are a few things. First, Vanek partner Nasdaq say that Vanek partner is about to launch crypto 2 futures contracts, and probably will happen 2019 by leveraging Nasdaq stock market surveillance system called SMARTS, as well as the trusted pricing benchmarks provided by MVIS. The aim is to inspire confidence with regulators and institutions trying to get involved into the crypto markets, according to Gurbax, so this guy. And in principle, it means that we will have more liquidity, we will have more trust, and although futures have not the best reputation in crypto, well, we'll see what will happen. Still, it is treated as the positive news, and also he was quite optimistic about the future of the ETF, about their work with Commodity Future Trading Commission, about the approval and everything. So a lot of people see some optimism in that. Second thing is that SEC Chair Clayton, crypto ETF needs exchanges free from manipulation, and this may be treated as actually negative news, because it's like without eliminating the manipulation, we will not be able to approve ETF, right? But let's see how he stated that. How that manipulation issue gets addressed, I don't have a particular path, but it needs to be addressed before an ETF gets approved, Clayton remarked during CoinDesk. So the thing is that he didn't say that ETF will be unlikely and approved because of the manipulation takes place. He said that ETF possibly would be approved, but we need to solve the issue. And I don't have a particular path, but it should be so there should be some path. There should be some path, and this thing should be addressed. It's like it will be addressed, what is inferred. At least how I see these words, how I hear these words, right? So although this may be treated in different ways, but still a lot of people see a positiveness in this as well. And finally, ICE founder were kind of agnostic on Bitcoin price. So she was asked about how she feels about the drop of Bitcoin price and everything. So she said that we basically don't care. We are working on our product. And she also announced, added to the info about why it was made, why it was delayed. According to Loeffler, the delay was perceived in part because the pipeline filled up with customers. Well, yeah, we knew that. Following the August unveiling, she further positioned the move as a way to boost the chances of success by pushing the product launch past the holiday season. Does it mean that she may expect this to be somehow dealing with the holiday negatively? It's not clear, but still probably after the New Year holidays, market will be more steady and not so unexpected, will not move in that much unexpected way. At least we cannot say that about that from the recent experience this year, but at least this is her standpoint. And yeah, she again said nothing which could be treated as possible danger for the Bakkt. Everything seemed to be according to the plan, so people are having quite of the positiveness in this direction. Okay, so we'll see, but in any case, we are having quite of the rally upwards, and even though we have some correction right at the moment, but it is positive. The last thing which I was going to mention is, if you look at this chart, and just remember this chart in your head, and just look at this one. This is Nasdaq, and a lot of people say there is no correlation, and even I did say that at certain time, but you see at the moment there is obviously the change in the price, with Bitcoin up and Nasdaq was going up as well, although it was followed by the huge drop in Nasdaq for a long period of time, and even at least like this, following the bottom, the lower low, the same was with Bitcoin. So I tend to think that those things are coupled, and as soon as we will go even higher with Nasdaq, which is very possible because the momentum again is very strong, but we need some correction here, which we'll see probably the same as we see now in Bitcoin. But as soon as we'll have this, we probably will go with Bitcoin as well to the higher levels. And here again, this is like 7,200. This is the new sort of resistance, because if we'll go above that and hold above that, it will be the higher high, and it will be very good. and now we're actually forming a little bit higher high from the previous sort of local high. But if we'll go above that, then it's very likely that all that negative movement will actually appear to be just temporal. Also, if we'll make a correction right now like this and return back to this area, then it's very likely to be head and shoulders formation, which will give us something like maybe $800 above the neckline. And this may go even higher than the previous all-time high for Nasdaq, which means that it will return to the bullish territory. If so, of course, it's maybe just temporal. We'll see all this crash eventually, quite possibly. But if so, then Bitcoin may follow, and we'll finally see a return to $6,000 and above that. So this is my standpoint, my expectation. If you agree, please leave a like. If you don't agree, please leave a comment why you don't agree. Subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitter. I hope to see you tomorrow. Don't forget that everything which I say is my personal opinion, not financial advice. And safe trading, guys. Goodbye.